One of the handiest features in Excel are pivot tables. Due to their versatility and dynamic features, you can do quite a lot in analyzing your data just by using a pivot table. Let's use our Rossmann sales dataset to create a pivot table and perform some basic operations. To insert a pivot table, you start by selecting any cell, go to Insert, Tables, and select Pivot Table. Here you will see a configuration box where it will select whole of the data and it will ask you where to create this new pivot table. You can select if you want to create it in a new sheet or existing worksheet. Let's go for a new worksheet. In this new worksheet, on the right hand side, you see some pivot table fields where all the fields of your dataset are there. You see some panes like filters, columns, rows, and values. And on the left hand side, your pivot table will be created. Let's say we want to view the sales per store. How much is the average sales per store in our data? In order to create this sales per store pivot table, let's break this down a little bit. We need the two variables store and sales. And what we would like to have is all the stores as rows and the corresponding sales along with them. To do this, let's bring store to rows. As soon as we do this, we see all our 100 stores labeled over here. And now, to add the corresponding sales value, we will take sales and bring it to values. So now you see the sales per store. By default, we are seeing the sum of sales, but we are interested in average sales per store. So you can double click on this I on the right side of the value. And in this pop-up menu, you can select average instead of the sum. As you can see here, you also have the options to pick the count, max, min, product of numbers, and so on and so forth. But this is something which will come later. We pick up average and click OK. And now our values are updated from sum of sales to average of sales, and we see average sales per store. This is the superpower of pivot table. With just a few clicks and without writing any formula yourself, you were able to create the table for average sales per store. Let's say now you want to filter for open stores only. So what you can do is actually create a filter for open, and for this, drag open and bring it to filters. As soon as you'll do this, you'll see on the top that a filter for open is created. And when we click on the drop down, we will see all the possible options. Since we only want to see the open stores, you can deselect 0 here. And this will simply update your average sales to include open stores only. Let's take it one step further. Let's say now, in addition to seeing the sales, you want to see the average customer traffic as well. And you can have a new column with traffic of customers information. How do we do that? We bring customers to values, and this will now create a new column with information about the customers. Again, you can decide if you want to see the sum of customers or average customers. It makes sense to have average customers. So we can click this I next to the sum of customers and pick average. And now we will get the average of customers as a new column. Let's say you want to add more information about the stores or the sales. Let's say you want to see how are the values different when there is a promotion running versus when there is no promotion running. And you want this information per store. So what you can do is take promo and bring to rows. And now you will see that for each store, you have a 0 and a 1. The 0 is representing no promotion running and 1 is representing a promotion running. So you can actually see average sales and average customer traffic in the days when the promotion was not running versus when the promotion was running, and you see it for all the stores. Consider another example. Let's say instead of promo, let's remove this from here. We want to see how is the sales or the customer traffic per day. For this, we will now bring the day of the week to the rows, and now we will have the sales and the traffic of customers per store per day. You may also want to sort the data. For this, let's say we want to sort according to the sales. We can select sales and go to sort and pick if you want to sort from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Descending order makes sense for us right now. We click here and then we can see that store number 84 has the highest average of sales, and then store number 25 followed by store number 57. You may also want to collapse or expand a certain field. So for example, let's say you don't want to see all the segregated data for field 25 or store number 57. You can collapse them by clicking on this plus minus button on the left side of the store number. You can also expand them later on. Or if you want to collapse or expand all the fields, you can just select any one of them and then go ahead, expand and collapse. And you can specify that I want to collapse the entire field. So the data will remain there, but all the information will be collapsed.